Hello folks, this is Jay Johnson with Running Times, and I'm excited to introduce leg circuit number 2. Okay, if you did leg circuit number 1, well, you have to do leg circuit number 1 before you do leg circuit number 2. The reason this is called a progression is we start with certain exercises that are challenging, move to more challenging exercises. Okay, this leg circuit number 2 is very similar to leg circuit number 1. We're just upping the reps, and then we've added a couple other new exercises. These exercises are simple. Okay, but this entire circuit is not easy. Okay, and my favorite quote from the jazz pianist Thelonious Monk, my favorite quote as it relates to training is "Simple ain't easy." Right? How simple is it to get up and run every day? Right? But we all know that we can come up with a million excuses to not do that, and it's not easy. But my point relative to this leg circuit is this: you will see this uncut, meaning you will see every rep that the athlete, in this case Sarah Vaughn, does, and you get to see the rest in between these. She goes from exercise to exercise. She is moving pretty quick in between these. Okay? So here it is, leg circuit number 2.
Okay, here we go with leg circuit number 2. The first exercise is simply a front lunge, but this time we're going to do 10 reps. This is Sarah Vaughn. She's an 800 / 1500 meter runner, 800 meter, 1500 meter runner. She's short, okay? Even though she's short, she could probably take a little bigger step, but that's a pretty good example of a front lunge. The next one, lateral lunge, is simply getting down to a 135-degree knee angle, so a squat angle, and then walking to the side, and then making sure that your feet are perpendicular to the direction that you're doing. And again, this is leg circuit number 2. I'm assuming that you've watched the video of leg circuit number 1, and you've seen in detail these exercises. Now, here we have some new stuff. Body squats times 15. We like to keep our feet more like hip width, and we don't like to splay our feet out. If you've heard of this CrossFit thing, they're going to tell you something different, and I would ask, who do you trust to help you run faster, CrossFit or a running coach? Okay, burpees, 10 burpees. This is one of those elemental exercises. It's extremely simple, and all you're doing is getting down on the ground, kicking your legs back, standing up. Very simple, but as Thelonious Monk said, and as you're probably getting sick of hearing, simple ain't easy. That is, by the way, my favorite quote. It's a jazz quote, and we like to use it in running. Okay, single leg squat. You're going to do 10 single leg squats on each leg. Look at how her knee, okay, does not go past her front toe. Now it goes to the edge of her front toe, but it doesn't go past it. That's a pretty good single leg squat. And then lateral shuffle. It's exactly like the lateral lunge, but it's done at a faster pace, okay? 20 meters down, 20 meters back. Now, the reason I wanted to show you this uncut is to show you that this is totally realistic. This is a completely realistic set of exercises. It's hard, but it's realistic. Enjoy.
Okay, now that you've seen leg circuit number 2, I need to be honest about something. We shot this video in between the US ATF championships and then her going to Europe this summer for some summer racing. So as much as I needed to get some video of her for the series for Running Times, my obligation to Running Times, I have an obligation to her as an athlete to train intelligently. Okay? That leg circuit's pretty easy for her. And I don't want you to take this as it's easy. When she first would have done this, a circuit like that 2 or 3 years ago, it wouldn't have been easy. Okay? But for an athlete like her, at this time of year, we're trying to do some specific things. So I'm going to show you an example of a very simple exercise called either a squat jump or a rocket jump. Okay, I like to call them rocket jumps. Either term is fine, squat jumps or rocket jumps. But the bottom line is this is plyometrics. Now, you got to be careful with plyometrics. Jonathan Beverly, who is the editor of Running Times, basically injured himself using plyometrics as part of his marathon training. But the point I want to make here is I felt I owed it to, the serious reader of Running Times, the serious viewer of runningtimes.com to show you that when we really do a leg circuit with an elite athlete, we do all those things, but we do some more things. And you're not going to see all of practice. I mean, we threw shot puts, we walked over hurdles, we do this exercise with hurdles that's very ballistic. But think of this as basically a bonus. If you've taken the time to watch all the videos in this series, this entire progression, this is just a little taste of what a faster athlete does. Okay.
Okay, folks. I want to show you something else. This is actually a real footage that we took from practice. Now, after she did that leg circuit, she basically had 60 seconds of rest, and now we're going into rocket jumps. Put your hands on your hip, jump as high as you can. We have a close-up of her feet. You want to try and have a neutral foot landing, and what we mean by a neutral landing is that the entire surface of your foot lands at the same time. So you're not landing on your toe, you're not landing on your heel. Now, after you do that, you take 90 seconds rest. She got a high five because she did a good job, in my opinion. Okay? And that's just us talking about the workout, talking about, honestly, practice for the next couple days. So 90 seconds rest. I didn't show you that part. She didn't know exactly what she was supposed to be doing here. She didn't know if she was supposed to be doing stuff for the camera. And then she's going to go straight into the squat jumps again. Okay? You can call these squat jumps, you can call these rocket jumps. I tend to call them rocket jumps more than squat jumps, but the bottom line is hands on your hips, jump as high as you can. Okay, now we're going to do something. Now we're going to focus in on our feet, okay? So the video you're about to see is from that first set of 5 reps, and it's in real time, okay? What you're looking for is to see if her foot lands neutral, meaning does the entire foot land on the ground at the same time. So that is 5 reps shot in real time. Okay, now we're going to slow it down. This is basically 60 frames a second. Well, it's not 60 frames a second, but it's basically twice as slow as last time. Now, look at that. She jumps up in the air, and then it's the toe first. Okay, she jumps up in the air, toe first. So what I want to be honest about is it's not a perfect neutral landing, but I think you're going to find that most athletic people will struggle to land exactly neutral footed and that they'll roll up a little bit on their toes. Okay, those are rocket jumps.